If you have just arrived in Japan, congratulations! You are about to embark on an exciting adventure and immerse yourself in one of the world's most unique and fascinating cultures. But before you dive into the world of Japan, you'll need to make sure that everything you need for this adventure is prepared and ready to go. Getting a Suica IC card, knowing where to pick up your mobile Wi-Fi, and determining the best way to get to your hotel or first destination are just a few things you need to know as soon as you land. All of which will be covered in this video and much more. So without further delay, let's get this list started so I can help make your first hours in Japan as smooth as possible. Number 1. Getting your Visit Japan website information ready to show. Since I've covered this extensively in many other videos, I'll keep this part short and to the point. Visit Japan website is a new app that helps streamline your entry into Japan. In this website are 3 different sections: the quarantine section, the immigration section, and the customs section. The quarantine section will require you to upload your vaccination documents or a negative PCR test if you aren't vaccinated. Once these documents are approved, your screen color will change to blue, which means you have cleared all the COVID requirements. As for the customs and immigration sections, all you need to do is fill out the information they ask for. Once you complete the immigration and customs documents, you'll get QR codes for each section. While this may seem intimidating at first, you don't really need to worry about it, because this process is extremely easy and quick. And for the COVID section, if the screen turns blue, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. You've been approved. There have been millions of people who have entered Japan with these new rules in place. In your case, likely won't be any different, which is a good thing. However, once you get through immigration, this is only the beginning of many things that need to be done when you first arrive in Japan. Number 2. Shipping your luggage straight to your hotel. If your first plan in Japan is to go somewhere other than your hotel, and you don't want to carry your luggage around all day, then you can have your luggage shipped from the airport straight to your hotel. Every airport offers a shipping service that can send luggage straight to your hotel within the same day. And you can enjoy the rest of your day carefree, knowing your luggage will be waiting for you at your hotel. Not only is this bag shipping service useful at the airport, but you can use this at any time during your travels in Japan. If you have a long trip between your next stop in Japan and don't feel like carrying around your bags, you can just have your luggage shipped from your current hotel to your next one. While shipping your luggage around is a pretty useful tip, this next tip is essential if you want to save money in Japan. Number 3. Train pass centers. For anyone that isn't aware, Japan offers several different types of train passes that tourists can take advantage of. Each train pass provides unlimited Shinkansen use for a specific area in Japan and for a specific amount of time. But of these various passes to choose from, the Japan Rail Pass stands at the top, as it provides unlimited use to most Shinkansens and any JR train throughout all of Japan. While I plan on releasing a full video about the Japan Rail Pass later on, the most important thing to know now is that if you intend on using the Shinkansen multiple times throughout your trip, then this pass will almost certainly be worth it for you. If you do decide to buy a train pass of any kind, in most cases you will need to pick up your pass at a JR East or West train center, depending on where you land, of course. These train centers are really easy to find, as you'll almost always find them at any international airport terminal in Japan. Just make sure you have your reservation number or voucher, email or proof of purchase, and passport ready to show. Most of these passes are designed for tourists and will require you to show your temporary visitor stamp in your passport to obtain those sweet train passes. If the lines at the airport train centers are super long, no need to worry. There are dozens of other major train stations where you can exchange your pass to skip the long lines. Just check the JR websites to see which train stations can administer your pass. Don't worry, I'll link all the relevant JR websites in the description below. Number 4. Exchanging or picking up cash. While Japan has slowly become more reliant on cashless transactions, there are still many stores throughout Japan that prefer cash over card or just accept cash only. To further expand on this point, most train ticket booths will only accept cash to charge your Suica or IC card. With all of this in mind, getting physical cash as soon as you land is vital. But don't worry, because there's good news. Every airport is littered with ATM machines that accept debit cards from around the world. Just look for machines that look like this and you'll be good to go. As a bonus tip, when the ATM asks whether you want to be charged in yen or your country's currency, you should always select to be charged in yen. That's because your bank's exchange rate will almost always be better than what the ATM's exchange rate offers you. And finally, if you came with cash ready to be exchanged, just look for any of these booths and you're all all set. However, my personal preference is to just wait until I arrive in Japan to pull out the cash. Not only does it save the step of having to exchange the cash when I get here, but I also don't have to worry about the risk of losing all that cash before I get to Japan. But that's just my personal recommendation. While getting cash as soon as you arrive in Japan is essential, this next tip is just as important. Number 5, picking up your mobile Wi-Fi or SIM. Along with pulling out cash as soon as you land, picking up your mobile Wi-Fi or SIM card is just as important. There are several different data providers you can choose from while you're exploring Japan. But out of all of these choices, Japan Wireless, Ninja Wi-Fi, and Sakura Mobile are the most popular options. That's because they can be picked up at almost any Japan airport, and they are by far the most convenient options. All you have to do is order the data plan you want, choose the airport or address you'll pick it up from, state how long you'll use it, and that's it. As soon as you arrive, you can head to whatever pickup location you designated and then claim your reservation. And while I'm showing all the locations you can pick up your mobile Wi-Fi or SIM at Haneda Airport, make sure you check your provider's website well in advance so you know all the different pickup locations for the airport you'll be landing in. Knowing this next tip will be the difference between having a great time in Japan versus a frustrating and time-consuming Japan experience. Number 6, getting a Pasmo or Suica IC card. Another staple when traveling around Japan is making sure you purchase a Suica or IC card. The IC card is by far the easiest way to navigate Japan, as most public transportation you'll encounter will accept this as payment. Not only is it useful for public transportation, but you can even use it to purchase items from convenience stores, buy drinks from vending machines, use it to purchase a coin locker, and much more, making the IC card an invaluable and essential tool to use while navigating Japan. The best part is, getting a Suica card is just as easy as it is convenient. First, you need to look for one of these machines that say Suica or Pasmo above it. Once you find the right machine, select how much money you want to initially charge your card, and that's it. And if you ever need to recharge the card, just find one of these booths that have the word charge on it, and the rest is self-explanatory. Now that you have your Suica card, it's time to determine the best way to get to your hotel. Number 7, figuring out the best way to get to your hotel or first destination. To make things easy, most of Japan's international airports will have a monorail or special train service that will take you from the airport to the closest major city. Some examples of this include the Narita Express from Narita Airport to Tokyo, the Tokyo Monorail from Haneda Airport to Tokyo, and the Osaka Monorail starting from Osaka International Airport. In most cases, these special lines are the most straightforward and easiest way to get you where you need to go. But these are definitely not the only options to get you out of the airport. If you don't want to deal with crowded trains or have a lot of luggage you don't feel like wheeling around everywhere, then buying a bus ticket is a great option to consider. If you are arriving at a major airport like Haneda or Narita Airport, there are dozens of bus options you can choose from. And with dozens of bus routes to choose from, there's a very high chance it can get you very close to where you want to go, if not right up to your hotel's doorstep. And if you think it's a complicated process to pick the right bus, it's actually very easy. All you need to do is use Google Maps to find out which bus station will bring you closest to your destination. Search for the bus stop at the ticket booth, and you'll find where you need to go very quickly. And speaking of Google Maps, make sure you use Google Maps to determine what method of transportation will be best suited for you. In fact, just use Google Maps for everything travel related during your time in Japan. Google Maps is by far the best tool to guide you around Japan, as it provides exact details on stops, how long it will take, and how much the cost will be. Along with Google Maps being very reliable and accurate, it's also a tool most of you are already familiar with, so there is no need to learn an entirely new navigation app. If you want to learn all my Google Maps tips and master the app by the time you get to Japan, then check out my most recent Google Maps video. While considering the best route is very important, none of that will matter if you don't take into account this next part correctly. Number 8, consider your arrival time. Your arrival time is very important, as this will determine if you can even use any of the public transportation when you land. After midnight, virtually all forms of public transportation in Japan shuts down. This could leave you stranded at the airport unless you are willing to hand over some serious cash for a taxi ride. But to save yourself from paying expensive taxi fees, consider looking for a hotel near the airport if you know you'll be getting in late. There are plenty of hotels to choose from and could be a much better alternative than taking a taxi from the airport all the way to Tokyo. If you're still thinking about taking a taxi from the airport to Tokyo, consider this. Most taxi rides to Tokyo from Narita Airport will run you upwards of 20,000 yen. That is the same price as an overnight stay in a nice hotel. And if you're looking for a discount hotel near the airport, they have capsule hotels in most airports, giving you the perfect chance to catch a nap while you wait for all the trains and buses to start up again. And finally, once you have all your travel plans figured out, feel free to check out one of the airport konbinis for any great snacks, or just get a beer or chuhai to celebrate your long-awaited vacation in Japan. Now that you're in Japan, check out my other Tokyo videos so you know all the cool things to do while you're here. Check out my Thatch profile in the description below so I can help plan your next trip to Japan, and until then, I'll see you next time.